Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Outspoken Wheels on Wheels. This is a part 2 video. The part 1 was the rough day one where I was really having a rough day. Things were getting better, but this one starts the next day to that. So this is like over a week ago, I think. My van had been broken down. I will show you some clips from the previous video what was going on with my van. It was going absolutely nuts. All the warning lights were flashing, and apparently what I've heard from different people who have followed me, friends who followed me on my van, my brake lights flash, my headlights flash on and on, one at a time sometimes. My windshield wipers wouldn't stop. Just so many weird things going on with my van, but I'll explain more about that later in the video. Right now, let's just get started and we'll see where this goes. It's the next day. I just did a whole probably 3 to 5 minute video on getting out of my van and how much trouble I'm having doing that because of the uneven ground right there. I finally got out. It was scary, but I did it. Yesterday, getting back in my van, I actually gave myself a little sore on my sort of tailbone area, and I have to be really careful of that, so I've got to try and stay off of my butt as much as possible. Exercise would be good too, but I can't exercise because that's stuck. There's no power. At least there wasn't yesterday. So I'm gonna try and get it off today. Let's see how it goes. No power to the winch. Still no power to the hoist. So I'm gonna have to strap it down somehow the way it is. I can't even loosen off the winch to lower the bike. It's a bit wobbly, but hopefully I can fix that with the tie-down straps. Part here is supposed to tuck down into there, so I'm gonna have to drive it into town probably tomorrow and see if it's a fuse that's making this not work. I'm gonna have to drive it into town with that sticking up. Okay, frustrated again, but not to the point of tears anyways, so that's always good. I went to the front passenger side. I always carry these free weights with me, not just for exercise, mostly because there's a coating on them that makes them have friction when they're against other things. And so I've used them very often when my brakes aren't working on my wheelchair or whatever. So I went to get them, and I'm gonna see if that helps keep my chair a little bit more stable as I get back in the van now. So I've braced it right under the back wheel. Let's see how that works. When it's really precarious feeling like this, I use my sliding board. Okay, that worked amazing. I think that these free weights have just found a new spot, and that is right beside this door, so that I have options when my wheelchair is not sitting straight and it wants to rock and move away when I'm transferring in and out. So that worked great. Now it's kind of stuck out there, but I've got a grabber. Hopefully I can reach it, or I'll just leave it there until I'm not going to be able to re-brace that when I get out. But anyways, we'll deal with that in the morning. So my batteries are really low tonight on everything. My computers, my phones, my jackeries, they're all low. Anyways, so I'm really glad that my brother gave me this for Christmas. Doesn't require batteries. Some of the things that I was complaining about in my last video still have not been resolved. In fact, all of the issues that I'm having down here in Arizona have still not been resolved. And I've been down here for over 2 weeks now. Or at least it's been, well, no, I've been down here for over 2 weeks. And I'm in quartzite now. The RTR is going on. I haven't been able to go to that because the last week was kind of an upsetting video. I was upset during the video, and part of it was that I had nearly fallen getting into my van, and I had a bit of I got tied up into my transfer board, and don't ask me to explain how that happened. But anyways, I didn't realize it at the time, but I had actually scraped the skin on my behind a little bit. And any of you who are in wheelchairs full-time know that you have to be really careful with stuff like that. And so I've been trying to stay off my butt for the last few days. Prior to that, I was still doing stuff, but it's just not getting any better, and I don't have proper bandages to care for it. So I've been staying in my van. I actually have not left my van for about 2 or 3 days now. I did go into the RTR on the first day, the women's RTR. But anyways, so yes, I'm struggling with the pressure sore. My van is still giving me trouble. In fact, today I was trying to bring my wheelchair in. I set it outside during the day because it leaves me more room inside here. So I was bringing my wheelchair back in, and the lift quit, and I realized that my car battery was completely dead. All these electrical problems, I don't know what they are, but they are causing problems, and now my van doesn't start every single time. So and now I was sitting here, it's, I don't know, 8:30 at night. I'm just reading a novel until it's time to go to bed, and I can hear things clicking in my van. And whenever I look up, the overhead lights are either on or they're back off again. They just keep clicking on and off, and not the really powerful ones, thankfully, because otherwise I won't be able to sleep tonight. But just there's these sort of dim lights that light up all the controls so that you can see where they are, and they're coming on and off. And when we jump started my van, I let it run for 20 minutes to recharge the battery. And the windshield wipers are running full time, and I can't turn them off. And just, so needless to say, it's still frustrating. I have an appointment. It is Saturday now, and I have an appointment on Monday in Lake Havasu to have my van looked at. So hopefully they will be able to find something quickly, and that it won't be anything serious. Like everyone keeps telling me, you know, the unpredictability of it, or the things coming on and off all the time makes it seem like there's something just loose, a wire is loose or something. And so hopefully that's all it is. Yeah, I'm going to stop complaining now. Hopefully I can get a video uploaded soon, or 2 or whatever. But for now, things have not improved. My outlook has improved a little bit until today when I couldn't start my van. I was starting to feel like I can deal with this. I'm okay. But I guess it's a roller coaster ride. And right now, whatever. It is what it is. And we will see what they say on Monday and determine what happens after that. So anyways, take care. Well, as you can see, I'm on the road after several days. I went to the RTR on Wednesday. It's now Sunday, and I'm leaving for Lake Havasu because I have a van appointment tomorrow. We decided to go today in case my van broke down on the way there. My friend is in front of us, in front of me, so that if I break down, I've got somebody with me to help. She's being so great. She doesn't have to do this. I'm very grateful for that. So anyways, yeah, my appointment is tomorrow in Lake Havasu, and I'm hoping that it will be something simple. Pretty much everybody that I talk to thinks that the electrical issues are just some kind of wires crossed or wires mixed up somehow, and so in my mind that means it's probably not something major, and hopefully I'm thinking something that they can fix tomorrow. I've had, like as you'll know from my previous few videos, I've had a lot of work done on my van lately, or additions to my van, particularly the carrier at the back, which has a lot of electrical connected with it. There's a winch to lift up my front drive, and another winch, not a winch, an articulator that lifts up the post so that I'm able to get enough height to get the front drive off the carrier. So both of those are electrical. And when I was at where was I? Bullhead. When I was at Bullhead at the state campground there, I lifted my front drive off the carrier, and when I was putting it back on, I could hear the motor starting to strain, and then it popped, like it just quit. And when I was staying at my friend's in Yuma, my friend Doug looked at it and realized that I had snagged one of the cords that holds the front drive up when I'm lifting it out of there. Snagged one of the cords in a crack and stopped, and so it was jammed, and I probably popped a fuse or something. So I think there's two problems right now that need to be worked on when I'm at the dealership in Lake Havasu, and that is trying to get the whatever fuse or whatever it was that I popped on that fixed, and also whatever's wrong with my van, because 2 mornings in a row now it didn't start. Last night the dim interior lights, not the real lights that light everything up, but just sort of ambiance lights or something, kept coming on and off all night last night. So I've turned those right off. Hopefully they stay off tonight, but I mean, I don't know if you can hear the beeping. That's the electrical, and perhaps you can hear the windshield wipers right behind the phone as well. Every time the van starts beeping, the windshield wipers come on as well. So everything seems to be happening on its own. And yeah, when the battery died for this morning, it was really deader than it had ever been, because my sliding doors to the back are electric. I can't open them without the electric. I can. Anyways, when I went to open the door this morning, it wouldn't open, and my wheelchair's in the way, so it was really hard to see where the manual, like it was locked too. I grabbed the handle and tried to open it, and it was locked, and I couldn't get it open. And it took me a while to move the wheelchair out of the way enough, because the space is really crowded, to be able to find the slider lock that's the manual lock to be able to open that door. And I finally got that and did get the door open, and then my friend had to bring her van over and find my jumper cables behind another locked door, so she had to climb into the driver's seat and climb over all my garage stuff to try and unlock that door. Finally got the jumper cables, so it's been kind of stressful and kind of, yeah. I'll be really glad when I have my appointment tomorrow, even if they tell me there's something seriously wrong. God, please, I hope that that's not what they say, but I'm just it'll just be good to know what's going on. And like I say, hopefully it's something simple and we can get it dealt with tomorrow, and I can actually get on with this holiday, except for the fact that I also have the skin abrasion that I have to be taking care of too, which could be quite serious if I don't take care of it, so I really need to be doing that too. So also when I'm in Lake Havasu, sorry, I promised I wasn't going to babble on in videos anymore, but here I go. Also in Lake Havasu, I am going to try and find a doctor so I can have somebody look at it and maybe do some little bit of wound care to clean it up, because there's a lot of dead skin I can tell around it that needs to be cut away, or at least that's usually how they do it when I've had sores in the past. Need to have that cut away. I always order my bandages from Amazon. I have a particular brand that I use that I really like, and I haven't figured out how to send stuff to me here in Arizona, and because I'm sort of stuck not knowing where I'm going to be any given day, I can't really send stuff to myself anyways. So yeah, there's still, even if they fix my van tomorrow, I still have some things to take care of. But I think getting exercise, meaning if I get the front drive off the back of my van, I'll be able to start getting exercise, which will help my circulation, help me feel better mentally too, because exercise is always a good thing. So yeah, anyways, there's an extended version update. Hope y'all are doing well. Take care. So I drove to Lake Havasu because my van appointment was going to be the next day, and this was the view out my back window. Really enjoyable. And also really excited to be in Lake Havasu. I've been waiting for this appointment for a couple weeks. Hopefully they will be able to figure out what's wrong with my van. Just thought I would post a video. I know it's hard to understand what that is, but my van along the roof has a console thing that where I can control from the back the temperature of the fan and everything for the heater, air conditioner. Well, everything is off, but as you can see, lights are still on. Okay, it might have been a little while since I've had a good smile on my face, but my van is fixed. It's finally fixed. Ever since I got down to Arizona, Nevada, my van has been a problem, and it's held me back from doing pretty much everything that I had planned to do when I got down here. So it's fixed. At least they say it is, and everything about it is fixed. The whole wiring, everything, my van acting like it was possessed, is fixed. And the power to my lift to get my front drive on and off, also fixed. So I'm so happy. Anyway, and the cost. I was so worried about the cost because on the first day when I was still sitting at the dealership waiting, every 3 hours it was costing me another $560 US, and I was freaking out because that was just the diagnostic cost. But they put the diagnostic cost towards what it costs to fix, and it sounds like the second to last time that I talked to them, it sounded like that's all I'm in for right now. So yeah, so because I was thinking it was going to be in the thousands of dollars, and is this van really worth it to fix? But you got to fix it, because if you want to sell it, you can't. So anyways, it's fixed. Did I mention it's fixed? I'm so excited. Whoops. The other thing, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the problem was the new cupboards that I had put in. They actually were sitting on wires, and they broke the wires, and they were main wires that were running from front to back. We took out a seat, the back seat, and we also took out a piece of plastic or metal or something that was covering up something or other so that I would have more room at the back. So this is kind of on me, kind of on the guy that did the cabinets. He still did a great job on the cabinets, but the cabinets got set down on top of wires, and so that was what the problem was. So I'm really glad that we know what it is. Instead of having to fix how the shelves are, they rerouted the wires so that it will no longer be a problem. So I think it's fixed, and it's fixed for good. So I'm so happy. You know, when you're in Arizona, when there's nothing but side-by-sides in the parking lot, the regular car parking lot, and my van, of course, which is fixed. So happy. Yes, this is the end of the video, but I just wanted to add a huge thank you to Doug and to Karen. Karen is the woman that I was camping with who kept jump-starting my van and followed me all the way up to Lake Havasu to make sure I was okay. And Doug spent hours one afternoon trying to figure out what the problem was so that maybe I wouldn't have to take it to the dealership. So thank you both to Karen and Doug, and Doug's wife Charlene too. Thank you guys. You guys are all wonderful.